I've heard a couple of people, and I wrote about this, talk about how as a movement, as a blended learning, as a competency-based learning, as a virtual learning movement, it would be appropriate to pause and engage some of the people who really think about equity and have been thinking about equity. Like, equity is not new. Maybe for some white people, it coming into the mainstream and having real conversations about equity, maybe that is a new experience. But people have been talking about this for a long time, and there's people who really are invested in it. And I would have liked to hear more of those voices. I would have liked to see, iNACOL open itself up a little bit more to a critique from that community and kind of encourage that feedback to really understand more. Sometimes I think we get excited about our initiatives and we just think this is going to solve the world's problems. If we transform our schools into personalized, competency-based spaces, we're going to disrupt equity. And I think there's some truth to elements of that, but equity is such a broad challenge, and I think that the conversation isn't engaging it in a broad enough way. So exciting that we're talking about it, but I want it to be a little bit more of a direct conversation.
Yeah. How much do you think that's just conference culture? Is like there's opportunities to go deep, but no one does because they have 2 hours, and how much are people like, well, that conversation is actually, even though it's important, I'm not going to do it in this space because it's not going to draw people towards me. It's going to push people away. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that because everybody comes to a conference with different things that they want to get out, that not everybody's going to engage in the same concepts, and not everybody came to talk about that. And I think that in terms of a personalized learning advocate, that's okay. People are moving through concepts at different paces. They're choosing different paths. But I do think if you're going to put it on, if you're going to make that your theme, then you do need to think about, how are my keynote speakers aligning themselves to this topic? How are my sessions? How do I have a broad enough group of sessions that's really going to allow people to engage in that? And so I do think you can be purposeful around that.
Yeah.